Hello everybody, my name is Hannah. I am a new tarot reader. I'm going to be posting pick a card readings now on YouTube. I already have a TikTok that I've been posting on semi-regularly, but I want to dedicate myself to this YouTube and hopefully post some uplifting content and some good pick a card readings for you guys to enjoy. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be my first pick a card reading. All right. I have went ahead and picked some cards for my 3 different groups here. Group number 1, you have a beautiful piece of rose quartz right here. For group 2, I felt drawn to 2 different crystals, so that's why there are 2 different crystals. Number 1, you have Tiger's Eye. It's got that beautiful glimmer. I love Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is actually my dad's favorite stone. And then I was first drawn to this little piece of turquoise or aquamarine, I don't really know. But look, it looks like a heart. It's definitely not turquoise, it's definitely more of an aquamarine, but what a cutie. So yeah, that's for you, group 2. And for group 3, I was drawn to this very beautiful piece of honey calcite. It's got that glimmer on it. It looks like glitter. It's just so beautiful. I love honey calcite. Love it. So yeah, I'll give you a moment if you just want to sit with the 3 different piles and go ahead and pick which one is calling to you. I will leave the timestamps down below so that you can just go ahead and skip to your reading, but I can't wait to see you there. Bye, lovelies. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this beautiful piece of rose quartz, then this is your pile. But let's go ahead, and I picked out some cards from my Prism Oracle Vibe deck. So this is the deck I'm using just to make sure that this is your correct pile. These are the vibes that I am getting that you are currently in. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, we've got flow. We've got consciousness. Okay, so your crown chakra is being activated a lot more, and happiness. Okay, you're going with the flow a lot more often and really just listening to your intuition, which is leading you to just be happier overall. You're not trying to control the situation so much. You're letting it flow and just the situation, let the water roll off your back like you're a duck. That's what I'm getting, is a duck just letting the water flow off his back. Because ultimately, you can't control everything. And realizing that is changing your perspective about a lot of things. And just taking the weight off your shoulders to have to control everything. You're a lot happier now. You are less burdened with feeling that you have to just make everything work out. Because, like I said, you're almost going through a change in consciousness because you're changing your thought patterns so drastically. You're becoming a different person altogether, to be honest. You are coming into your power, listening to your intuition, and like I said, changing how you see the world through your thought patterns and your thought processes. So yeah, if that resonates with you, my pile 1, then let's continue on in your reading. I've got my tarot deck right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull some cards for you. What else does pile 1 need to know, Spirit? we've got some flyers. We've got some flyers. So first we got Six of Wands and, Six of Swords and Three of Wands in reverse. So like I said, you're changing a lot of things. You're transitioning from what you used to know. You're releasing this baggage that you've been carrying and treading on. Look at him going through the river, just paddling along, letting the water flow, okay? And then you've got the Three of Wands in reversed, which means something came up that you did not predict, you had not expected, and it's kind of taking you back a little bit. And you're like, oh my God, this I was not expecting. I lacked the foresight of this. This is going to mess up my plans that I have made. But you are stepping into this new mindset. So this situation that is coming up in your life isn't going to take you down as much as it would have before you started changing your mindset and changing how you think about these situations, because you really can't control everything. And we all know that, but it's really hard to learn it. And I think you're finally learning that lesson. So let's see, does Spirit have anything else? Spirit. Okay. Oh, okay. My cards have fallen to the floor and Sharky, my cat, is devouring them. All right, let's see what you got, babes. Queen of Pentacles upright. You're nurturing. You are financially abundant. You're that bitch. You go for it and you do it. Okay, look at her. She is, first of all, she is the queen. Secondly, she's got this big ass doubloon in her lap. Like, she has got it. She's that bitch. You're stepping into you're that bitch energy. So you got the Nine of Swords in reversed. So normally upright, this would mean like you are awake at night crying about something that went wrong. You're dwelling on something in the past. But in reversed, you're learning how to let those worries go. To not stay awake to stay up late at night awake thinking about all these things in the past that have fucked you over, that have stabbed you in the back, all these situations. You're learning to let it go, to not carry this burden, to rewire how you're thinking about situations that are out of your control, okay? And this is a beautiful reading. Beautiful. Let's see what you got. Oh, back of the deck energy, we got the Ten of Cups. Come on, guys. This is the happiness card. One of them. This is like divine love, harmony, family, everything coming together, abundance, total love, total support, fruition. What else? Yes, reaping what you sow, okay? Actually putting in the work, putting in the time, putting in the effort to change your perspective about the world. This is what this reading is talking about, guys. If you put in the work, fruition is going to come out of that. He was out there months before this harvest grew abundant. You know what I'm saying? He was taking care of the soil, he was watering the crops, and now he's finally getting this abundance. These pentacles are finally blooming because of the work. Okay? So I know I'm very chaotic when I do readings, so let me let you see your spread here. So that is what we have so far, but we're not done yet because I want to give you some self-care. It's very important to take care of yourself. So I'm just going to pull some cards for you, group 1, to see what you need to do to take care of yourself. All right, so I got some self-care cards for you guys. The first one you got is drink tea. Drinking tea is a beautiful practice, obviously for health reasons, but also spiritual reasons. A lot of people say that certain teas can help them open their different chakras. It really just depends on you and depends on your practice. So drinking tea is always a good, fun option. The next card you got is chanting. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean what's portrayed. Like, you don't have to necessarily be in a deep yoga stance and doing a mantra over and over and over again for 10 minutes. You could also be chanting your favorite mantra to yourself throughout the day, just when you do something, remembering that mantra of it's gonna be okay, it's gonna work out, you know, whatever your mantra is, just remembering to actually use it. Mantras are very important. But chanting could also be just simply singing along to your favorite songs, you know, however this card plays out for you, take it as that, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And then finally, we got sync with the moon. So I've been looking into this a little bit. I haven't actually committed to it yet, but a lot of people do practice syncing their lives similar to the moon. As the moon waxes, they, you know, do stuff that requires a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and then as it wanes, they'll do more relaxing practices, staying at home, stuff like that. Now, I think that this practice is really interesting, and I do kind of want to try it one day. I just haven't. So once I find the time, I will, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. But yeah, if you never have done it before, maybe this is your sign to try. It sounds really fun, really cool, and maybe a little eye-opening. So yes, that is your reading, my beautiful pile number ones. I thank you guys so much for letting me read your tarot today, and I really do hope it resonates. Remember to take what does and leave what doesn't, because I am reading for a collective, but comment if you have any questions. I do have a website if you want to check that out. It's Metal Magic Crafts. You can see it on that card right there. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching my video. It means a lot. Love you. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Tiger's Eye and the Aquamarine, I want to say, Tumblestones, then this is your pile. I'll go ahead and put those right there for you. Actually, I want you to be able to see the heart. Okay, so if you chose this pile, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the vibe cards that I picked for you. This is the Prism Oracle deck that I am using to do the vibe cards. I really like this deck. It just helps you get a general sense of the vibes that you're in right now. So if this sounds like the general life you're living right now, the kind of vibes that your headspace is at, then this is more than likely the pile for you. So first we've got growth, so a lot of growth happening, fear, and love. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I'm getting that you're learning to love yourself for the first time, as opposed to pouring so much of yourself into others. Which is scary for you, because this isn't something you normally do. You are so used to devoting yourself to somebody and just being the all or nothing, the ride or die of that person, you know what I mean? And you are so full of love. You are so full of love, you beautiful, beautiful spirit. It's radiating off of you. People are gravitated towards you because you're a being of light and love, and You're finally starting to clock that. You're finally starting to recognize that, oh shit, I am full of love. Like, how do you think it is you love others so passionately? It's because you're full of it. You are full of it. And it is kind of scary making this realization, but you're doing so much growth, sweetheart. You're doing amazing. I know you're scared. It is scary to step outside of your comfort zone, to start doing things you haven't before. Like, routine is comfortable, it's safe, but you can't keep letting these old patterns happen. When it comes to your love life, you're learning that change has to be made, and through change is growth. So if that resonates at all, then my sweet soul, this is going to be your pile. All right, so now if those vibes resonate with you and you feel like that is your situation, that is what you're going through, then congratulations, pile 2. This is your pile. Let's go ahead and get some tarot to explain, what to do. Anything else that pile 2 should know about this situation? Exactly what I was saying. So far we have the Lovers in reverse, Judgment in reverse, and the Tower in reverse. And babes, I'm getting 3 reversal cards back to back to back. That is a lot of reversal energy, which means this is some pretty strong energy that's coming out. So the Lovers in reverse is what I was talking about. Usually you're used to being devoted to somebody, in a partnership, committed to this other person. But this is reversing itself. You're learning how to love yourself, how to stop making your life about someone that isn't you, is what I'm getting. You're the main character in your own story, and you need to start embracing that and actually doing that. But within this, there's also sometimes a fear of commitment, and I just feel the need to say that even though you have given your everything to these horrible douchebags in the past, that doesn't mean that there isn't someone out there who is going to be willing to love you, because you are so full of love. You deserve it. You deserve it, and there is someone out there for you. It just might not be your time yet, and I know that's hard to hear. I hate hearing that whenever I'm watching tarot readings, so I'm sorry, but yep, I had to say it. Judgment in reversed. You're lacking that you can even do this. You're going back to this vibe card. The fear is kind of coming out in the tarot as well, because you're doubting yourself on if you can change, because you think that you've been this way for so long, it's going to be so hard, it's going to be impossible, why even try? And you're tearing yourself down before you've even really started. You're judging the outcome that hasn't even happened, that might not even happen. You haven't even allowed it. My cat's food disposal thingy is going off. But you haven't even allowed the situation to progress in a way that an outcome can be made. You know what I'm saying? You're so scared that you're not going to be able to handle it, you're not going to be able to do it, that you're not even going to try. And that's ridiculous. I hate to break it to you, that is ridiculous. The point of life is failure, babes. You gotta try. Failing is how you learn. And that's a really, really hard lesson to learn. Coming from me, I don't even listen to my own advice. So I need to listen to what I'm saying, but yes. And then we got the Tower in reverse. So everybody knows the classic the Tower card. Everyone's very scared of the Tower card. But you got it in reverse. So this makes me feel that there was this massive event in your past that made you into the person you are. Yeah, I'm getting that you've been through some things, Pile 2, that have changed how you used to operate and kind of changed you into a person that deep down you know you're not. It transformed you into somebody a little darker than you used to be. And that happens in life. It does. To everyone. And it's hard. It's hard to recognize that it's happened, and then it's hard to change that it's happened. Okay. Hello, my beautiful lovelies. I am coming back to finish your spread, group 2. There was a lot of energy in your reading, so I just took a step back. One thing led to another. I ended up taking a nap, having to go to work. I'm coming back, finishing out your reading. So I pretty much was done with the 3 cards that I had laid out here, but I do think I want some more clarification in the tarot for you. I'm just sensing heavy energy. I know there's a bit of a glare. I'm just trying to make sure you can see the whole spread. Okay, so even though, as I was saying before, you're feeling like you don't have the courage to make these changes in your life, you absolutely do. You're the Chariot. You've got the Chariot card here. This is progress, okay? Willpower, the strength to be able to do the things you set your mind to do. So, yeah, you are able to do it. But you're gonna have to change some serious, deep-rooted thought patterns that you're having, like that you've had for maybe your entire life. These personal beliefs that you've held maybe since childhood, I'm getting, about how love works and operates, but you're learning how to let that go now, because the relationships that you've seen maybe in your childhood, maybe that being your parents, your family, anyone who's an adult around you in a toxic sort of relationship, you've seen them do the whole relationship thing, and that's kind of subconsciously been in your mind your entire life. It plays out for different people in different ways, but just remember that you accept the love you think you deserve, as one of my favorite movies quotes. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. But with that, you have the Chariot card, so you know you can do it. And with the 2 of Wands, you're going to be planning for something. Maybe with the 5 of Pentacles here, you're going to be investing in something that's a little financially lucrative, a big purchase. A big decision has to be made in the physical world, something involving anything physical, because Pentacles is usually about money, but it doesn't have to be. It can be anything that is physical in our physical realm, not dealing with, maybe you're planning to go somewhere, go on a vacation of some kind that's going to cost you a lot of money. That could be, for some of you, what it is. But I'm getting for others, your lack of planning might lead to a financial disaster. So just make sure your finances are in order. Make sure you're doing all the things you need to do to get your money right. Okay, Miss Girl? so that we're not suffering any lack, you know. But yeah, that is what I'm getting for your guys' reading, and I always like to end these off with some self-care cards. So these cards are beautiful. All the cards, to me, the artwork is just majestic. I mean, look at that. It is called the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. It's actually the first deck I ever got. So shout out to whomever got that for me. It may very well have been myself. You know, who knows? Okay, so what does this beautiful soul need to know regarding a little self-care? Take care of themselves. Ooh, spend time with animals. That's beautiful. So if you have a pet, obviously spend some time with them, play with them, take them on a walk, do whatever it is you do with your precious fur baby, or not fur baby, whatever animal you have. But this could also mean just going outside and seeing the nature out there, seeing the squirrels and the birds and the beetles and the bugs. Going outside with nature, it's really healing stuff. So what else should pile 2 consider? Oh my, we got a flyer. We have got a flyer, everyone. Clean your space. This is beautiful. So cleaning your space also obviously cleans out your psyche somewhat. Whenever you have a messy room, it's common for people to feel overwhelmed inherently just because their space is cluttered. So yeah, clean up your space and it'll help clean up your heart. Stand by that. Let's get one more method of self-care for beautiful pile 2, please. Oh. Take a walk. Like I said, go out in nature, take a walk, go see the animals, go heal your soul from the inside out. I was literally just reading about a study that proves going out in nature does scientifically increase your happiness and increase your mood and just make you happier. There have been doctors that have prescribed people in, I think it was Japan, maybe somewhere over there, but there were doctors that were prescribing people to go out in nature to help heal their depression. So yeah, go out in nature, guys. See the animals, clean up your space, do what you need to do. Remember that you are a being that is full of love, baby. Don't forget this card. Very strong energies in this reading, but I'm so glad that I was able to hopefully clarify some things for you. Like I always say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm pretty sure every tarot reader says that, but it's true. But yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week, and thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. Goodbye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3s. If you picked this beautiful piece of honey calcite right here, then this is your reading, this is your group. So I've picked out some vibe cards to go ahead and get a general sense of the vibes that you're currently in, hopefully so that you can get a sense of if you picked the correct reading. So if I read these cards and these are the general vibes that you do feel like applies to yourself, then congratulations, this is your reading. If not, you may need to go back to the beginning of the video and pick another pile. But as always, leave what resonates, or take what resonates and leave what doesn't, guys. It's been a long day. But let's go ahead and see what your vibes are. Okay, so first we got sadness. So we're a little sad over here. But we're successful. Interesting. Sad but also successful. Interesting combo. And isolation. Okay. Interesting. Pile 3. I'm getting that maybe you accomplished something that was supposed to be a big success, that you thought was going to be a big success, and everyone, like, it is a successful event in society's standards. This is something that is an accomplishment, and you should be proud that you did it and you put in the work to do this thing. But now that you're there, for some reason you feel more alone than ever, and you don't feel good about this accomplishment anymore. I'm almost getting you feel hollow. You put so much weight on the fact that you were going to get this success, that now that you have it, you don't even know what to do anymore. You thought it was going to fix something in you or make you feel some type of way, and you woke up the next day and it was just a normal day. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. There's some kind of a situation, some kind of an event that you hyped up to be, this is gonna fix me, and then it happened, and things can't be fixed overnight. And you're realizing that, and you're like, oh shit. I really thought that it could happen, but it's okay. It's okay, Pile 3, because we've all been there. We've all thought this. This has happened to every single person who walks this beautiful planet. That's just something that happens in life. So I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. You feel very alone. You do. And I don't know if this is just a self-isolation. It might be for some of you, but for others, you might just feel like this is my experience and my experience alone. Nobody knows how I feel. Nobody knows what I'm going through. And that's true. Nobody knows exactly what you're going through. Nobody has lived your exact life, but people have very similar experiences and have felt very similar feelings. And no one in general, I sense what you're going through in a very general sense. At least the emotions that you're feeling, they can sympathize with. And honestly, it's really hard to have a human experience that hasn't been experienced before. Because there's been so many people over so many years. Eventually, all outcomes are possible. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and dive into your tarot. So if that resonated, Pile 3, then what else do we need to know about your soul? 3, 2, Spirit. Whoa. Oh. Maybe it was a relationship. The Lovers. We've got the Lovers. Love, harmony, relationships, partnerships. Even if this wasn't a romantic relationship, a lot of people still put their all into their best friend or just their closest friend at the time and think that that's going to be able to fix them and heal them. And no relationship other than your relationship with yourself is gonna heal you, babes. You gotta work on yourself first. You can't expect another person to fix you when they have all these problems for themselves that they still have to fix. But let's get some more clarification. Let's get some more. Oh, Ten of Pentacles. All right. Dark side of wealth, financial failure, loss. Okay. So, not great financially or in the physical world, whatever. It could be for either. But you're just losing resources of some kind. Maybe that's contributing to this sadness and isolation that you're feeling, because something is depleting in your life. A clarification, please. Oh, thank you, Spirit. All right, we've got the Star, but in reversed. All right, so you don't trust yourself. You have insecurity. About this connection that you're in. You feel that I think there's something in you that's just scared that it's not gonna work out. You're like, why would they even want me? I don't have anything. Going back to, yeah, that's what I'm getting. I don't have anything. You were depleted of your resources. You feel like you're not worthy of this Lover's card, of this great success that's in your life. But you are. Of course you're worthy. Nothing in the physical realm, especially not money, if this is financial, determines your worth. Okay? You're worthy of all this and more, babes. All this and more. Ooh, back of the deck energy. It's flipped over. I knew she was gonna come back. This flipped over in the deck while I was shuffling, and I couldn't tell if it was for you or not, so I told the deck, if it's for them, show yourself again. And of course, she did. So we've got the Three of Pentacles. Ooh, this is interesting because this Pentacles ties back to this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There is no reason for you to feel inadequate and unworthy, because this person is going to do their best to help you correct this financial instability that you just faced. This card is all about teamwork, coming up with something, how to get your money, basically, how to run your money up. They're trying to figure that out. They're collaborating, okay? And that's what this person is going to do. They're going to try to put your heads together, figure out where you're at, how to get past whatever you're going through, and how to get better after that. It doesn't just stop there. They're going to help you not only get through this roadblock, but succeed and climb mountains, okay? Okay, so these other two cards from the back of the deck, your shadow self is this Devil card trying to, I'm getting two different kind of forks in the road here. Either you're kind of becoming codependent on this person because of all the support and love that they're giving you, which is toxic, is not healthy, or you are terrified of becoming codependent on that person because you know it's toxic and not healthy. and you've never been in a situation where someone's been so nice to you that it hasn't been a toxic codependent relationship. So the deck's warning you to try to not let this fear make you over emotional about the situation, or easily influenced, or just mean and bitchy to the other person, because they're not going to be able to read your mind. They're not going to know that these are your fears unless you communicate that with them. I mean, if you've shared your past, they might have a hunch, but it's always good practice to communicate when you're in a relationship what your fears are about the relationship, what happened in the past, your traumas, your triggers, all of that. Obviously, communication is key, and try to keep that in mind, because if you don't communicate, you're gonna lash out and you're gonna be a bitch. You're gonna be a bitch to this person, and obviously they're not gonna like it, and you don't want to lose this beautiful success that has just come into your life. Look at this Lover's card. This is amazing. Some people, I mean, half the time that's all the readings that people want. It's either finances or love. So you got it, babes. But you also obviously have to keep in mind not to let yourself become codependent on this person, because obviously they're gonna do their very best to help you, as a good partner should. And like I said, you may not be used to that, so don't let yourself become codependent. But also don't let yourself be scared of this relationship becoming codependent. You know what I mean? Projecting your fears is just as bad as them actually playing out. So that is your reading, pile number 3. But before you go, I always like to end with some self-care oracle cards. This is the deck that I'm using. So the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. This is the first deck I ever got. She is near and dear to my heart. I'll display her right there for you in all of her glory. But I just love her because the cards are so pretty. Like, look at this. Look at this art right here. This is just beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff indeed. So, what does pile 3 need to do with some self-care? How should they be taking care of themselves? Pile 2 got this card as well. Take a walk. Nature. I was telling pile 2 this. Nature is very healing. There are studies that have shown that it actually does make you happier. So get out there, take a walk, get in that nature, boy. Make a vision board. That's actually a great idea for this pile. Guys, make a vision board. Think about what you want for the future. Think about what lights you up inside, what brings you joy, and make a vision board about it. This doesn't necessarily have to be like pictured on your wall, but that would be awesome too. You can also just make one online. I did one, I've done a few on Word, just like adding images, and then maybe you can print off that image and put it on your board instead of having to print off a bajillion different ones. But making a vision board is super, super cool, super fun. And it just brings you a lot of hope for the future. And when is that not a good thing, right? Like, give me that hope. Okay. One last card from my beautiful pile, please. Oh, yes. Pile 3. This is your calling. Almost knocked it out of my hands. This is your calling to make an altar if you haven't already. Let's go. So if any of y'all don't know what an altar is, it's just a table or a space where you dedicate that space for your craft. Or it could just be things that hold spiritual significance to you. So, for example, my grandmother had an altar for her dogs that passed away. So a lot of people do have altars to commemorate people who have passed, but people could also have altars to just commemorate living a peaceful life. Like someone could have an altar with a Buddha and some candles, and that just be like their offering of peace. You know what I mean? Like an altar is literally whatever you want it to be. But for me personally, I have all of my crystals and spells and herbs and all of my witchy shit on my altar. So it's, for me, it's just a witchy table where the witch shit commences. But it's different for everybody, so I encourage you to look into it if you don't know what it is. And for all of my fellow witch bitches who already have an altar, this is your call to add to it. Make another spot for another deity, or make another spell, or add to your money bowl if you have one, or maybe do some cleansing of the crystals on your table. Just do something to spice her up, you know what I mean? Running out of space here. Okay. Alright, pile 3. I think that reading was pretty good. I encourage you to actually take care of yourself. If you can't find the time to do all 3 of these things, please try to do at least one of them. It's very important to take care of yourself. But if you don't want to do any of these, at least do something, babe. Take a bath. Take a shower. I feel like you specifically, I'm just called to encourage a lot of self-care, because healing yourself is really what heals your life and your relationships and everything. So just keep that in mind. Alright, peace out, you beautiful soul. Thank you so much for watching, and I know that everything is going to work out divinely in your favor. So I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.